Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be making an unripe plantain porridge. Yes, that which is worthy of selling your birthright for. So if you want to know how this dish was prepared, keep on watching. So here is a layout of all the ingredients that is used to prepare this dish. So we're going to introduce them one after the other, shall we? So first we have our smoked mackerel fish. Yes, I know you're going to say like mackerel a lot. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I love mackerel fish. So next, we are going to use red palm oil. Next, we have our red onion. Which do you prefer, red or white? Well, it all depends on the dish for me though. Next, we have our scent leaves, which is usually called nchuanwu in Igbo and efiri in Yoruba. Then next, we have our fresh pumpkin leaves, yeah, which is usually called ugu. Next, we have red and yellow pepper. I think this should be called either habanero or scotch bonnet. Please let me know in the comment section if you know. So next, we have Uziza seeds. Yeah, these are the fresh ones and not the dried ones. You should try using this in this dish. Oh, this is a game changer. I bet you're going to love it. So next, we have crayfish, clean. Yes, if you ask, it is cleaned. So next, the start of this dish, which is our unripe plantain, and of course your salt and your seasoning. So now let's go ahead and prep the ingredients. So I'm starting with the mackerel fish. So remove the head of the fish and then slowly open the fish up. Take out the inner dirt in the fish. I remember growing up, we used to call this nyama nyama in our local vernacular. So slowly remove that and then the bone of the fish. What we need is just the inner part of the fish. I think this should be called the fillet. Please let me know in the comment section, but I think that's what it is called. So remove that and take out all the dirt from the fish. Equally debone the sides. As you can see, there are equally some bones on the side. The good thing about mackerel is that it has less bones, so yes, saves more time. I'm going to speed up the process now. Now our mackerel is properly deboned, so rinse it in water. This is to remove the little dirt on the fish. Just nicely rinse it. After rinsing, set it aside and then over to the unripe plantain. To peel the skin of unripe plantain can be a struggle. So here I'm going to show you a quick one on how to do it without any struggle at all. So every plantain has a core line. So cut across that core line. And once you cut across it, insert your finger inside and pull up the skin of the unripe plantain. Just watch what I'm doing in the video. And voila, there you have it. Nicely peeled unripe plantain. Give your girl a thumbs up for this tip now. I know you liked it. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? So here I'm going to do a repeat of the process. Cut across the core line, insert your fingers and then pull. That's it, simple. Now properly wash the peeled plantain. And as you're washing it, get a tray and lay it on the tray for it to air dry. Just like so. So now I'm going to get my chopping board. We're going to start chopping the plantains now. In case you're wondering where my knife is stained, I just cut the first unripe plantain before I realized that my camera wasn't turned on. But we move. So first I'm cutting across vertically, as you can see. Oh, lest I forget, in a bowl rather, add some water in that bowl, because as you're chopping through your unripe plantain, you're going to be adding it directly to the bowl of water. This is to prevent our plantain from changing its vibrant color. I think the chemical term for it will be oxidized. Yes, we don't want our plantain to oxidize. So yes, as you can see, I'm doing a repeat process of what I did earlier. So I'm cutting across on the part that is less curvy. This is to get an even cut. So I'm going to range it up and then chop. So here is the last of the unripe plantain, nicely chopped. As you can see, I'm adding it to the bowl of water. So here is the bowl of water with the plantain immersed in it. So I'm going to set this aside too as well. So next, we stalk the Uziza seeds. Okay, now here's the stalk, throw that away, and here is the Uziza seed, set that aside. We stalk the red and yellow pepper as well. Next we have our red onion. Peel off the skin. And after peeling, cut the onion into two. I usually do this in order to check the inside of the onion. I think that is good practice and you should adopt it as well. So next we're going to go in and wash the onion. After washing the onion, we're going to go in and slice, or rather I say, yeah, chop the onion. Now the onions are nicely chopped. As you can see, I divided them into two parts. Just keep on watching to see how I use this. So next, wash the Uziza seeds and the red and yellow pepper. While that is done, get a food processor or a mortar and a pestle like I'm using here. First off, add the Uziza seeds. Pound until you get a smooth blend, like so. Then add the red and yellow pepper. Add just one part of the onion. Remember, the onions were divided into two. Add just one part. Then lastly, add the crayfish. Pound it until you get a smooth blend. Once you get this blend, then you're fine. Set this aside and then go over and prepare the leafy vegetables. So first off, I'm starting with the scent leaves. Pluck it from the stem stalk. And as you're plucking, please select your leaves, because obviously not everything is going to be good. So if you're lucky enough to get good ones also, that's fine too. So here are the scent leaves, so set it aside, don't wash or chop it yet. So next is the pumpkin leaf. Remove the stalk as well. Pluck it nicely. Set aside too. So now in a clean pot, add some water. After adding the water, then go in with the blended ingredients. So once you're done adding it, so rinse the mortar with some water. You can see like I do here. Then stir. After stirring, cover and allow to simmer for, it should take nothing less than 5 minutes, depending on the temperature of your cooker. So while that has simmered, I'm going to stir it nicely and then add the red palm oil. If you're still watching, it shows you're enjoying this video. Smash the like button and subscribe. It's free. You can see I'm scraping in. Yes, nothing is going to waste. Not in this boring condition. Now add the remaining part of the onion. That's the last part. There's this sweetness red onion tends to give to dishes prepared with palm oil. Please, am I the only one that have noticed that? Let me know in the comment section. So cover and allow it to boil. Let it boil very well because we want our red oil to cook well. If not, it's going to be, I think the wash should be tanky. It's going to be sticky rather to your tongue. So check it. I think that is fine now. So we're going to add the unripe plantains now. So of course sieve out the water. Remember the unripe plantain was soaked in a bowl of water. Sieve out the water and then add directly to the pot, to our mixture, because this is mixture. Cooking is science. So yes, stir and then add the unripe plantain. Next up, add the seasoning cubes. So I used a total of 2 seasoning cubes in this particular dish. After adding the seasoning cube, go ahead and add your salt. This is the total amount of salt I used as well. So after adding this, go ahead and stir. So one quick tip while cooking anything unripe plantain, make sure that the water is covering the top of the plantain. This to ensure that the plantain is well cooked, yeah, so that it will be very soft. So as you can see, while that is done, you can now cover and allow it to get cooked. This should take roughly 15 to 20 minutes. So of course, don't allow your eyes to go away because I said 15 to 20 minutes. So while that is cooking, so go ahead and then prep the remaining vegetables, which is our scent leaf and our ugu leaf, that is pumpkin leaf. Just look at the amount of sand that came out from these leaves. That's why it's always advisable for you to properly wash the leaves before you even slice them. Talk more of adding it to your dish. So these are fresh scent leaves washed, so set aside. So go over now and wash the pumpkin leaves. As you can see, after washing it, I squeezed out the water. You don't want any water with the leaves. So go over now and start chopping the vegetables. What's the right word? Is it chop or slice? Let me know, but I think it should be chop in this case because I'm chopping it. So chop the scent leaves. So next, go in and chop the pumpkin leaves. I'm going to clean up this area now. Here is our scent leaf and our ugu leaf. Set aside and then go back to our pot. So now our plantain, by now it should have softened. Look at that, divine. This is what we call a soup poto poto. No fear. If you know the meaning, translate it in the comment section. So next we're going to add our mackerel fish. at this point, turn your heat to the lowest temperature, please. You don't want anything burning. This is a no burning zone, please. Immerse the mackerel fish into the porridge and then cover it and allow it to simmer for 5 minutes. So once that is done, stir, and as you're stirring, please check for salt. But in my case, there was no need for me to put any salt because it was already tasty. So next, we're going to add our vegetables. I'm going first with our scent leaves. After adding the scent leaves, I'll go in lastly with the pumpkin leaves. So once that is done, I'm going to stir. So while you're stirring, please turn off the heat. You don't need extra cooking time for the vegetables. This is to prevent the vegetables from losing its color and equally its nutritive value. So do not cover your pot once you add the vegetable. Allow the temperature to cool down. And if you're wondering why there's still little water floating on top, don't worry about that. Once the temperature drops, everything is going to thicken up. Should in any case you need someone to sell their birthright to you, just prepare this porridge and you'll most definitely get the birthright. That's Goofy me speaking. I do hope you enjoy watching as much as you will while eating this. Until my next video, keep cooking and living. Bye.